Welcome to the Real Smoke Podcast with your hosts, Mick and Charles, the podcast that's all about real people, real cigars, and real smoke. Coming to you live from the Real Smoke Virtual Cigar Lounge, bringing you the best of cigars, whiskey, and all the good times in between. This is more than just a podcast, it's a community of cigar lovers. So grab your favorite smoke, pour a drink, and join us as we dive into all things cigars, whiskey, and just having a damn good time. This is the Real Smoke Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 10 of the Real Smoke Podcast. I'm Charles, and with me, as always, is the pride of Pennsylvania, the reason Memphis has beard envy, the condo goose whisperer, and the one and the only. What's up, Mick?
What is up, brother? They just don't get old, man. I love those intros, brother.
Always got to give you something special.
No geese tonight. No drag racing tonight. I am in the Smokers Abbey, Memphis. Sean was so gracious enough to allow me to get away from the 20-degree weather and sit inside and smoke tonight. So I got to give Smokers Abbey, Memphis a little shout out.
So you are no longer talking to the geese. You have left the parking lot racetrack.
Yes, sir.
You're no longer in the windy balcony of doom. You're in the Abbey.
Yes, sir. And I will probably be here till about March.
Well, so let me set this up. You're sitting in the Abbey and you got your hat just like you like it. Speaking of hats.
Yes, that hat is awesome, my brother. Love it.
You've got your hoodie. You're not bundled up. And so you must be sitting inside. I'm here. As you can tell, I'm not in my normal setup. I'm across from it. I can see the normal setup. I just didn't have time to get it set up. But it's currently 24 degrees where I'm sitting.
It allows people to focus on that beautiful hat and your smiling face, man. It's a great thing.
Oh yeah. It's all smiles right here. All smiles. But yeah, it's 24 and I'm feeling every bit of it.
That is dedication to the show, man. Dedication to the craft. I love it.
Oh, it is. So, yeah, just one really quick shout out. I may have somebody special watching tonight. My mom said she wanted to try to watch. So if she's on here watching tonight, hi, Mom. Love you.
Hi, Mom.
So we have a lot of stuff going on tonight. We have an awesome guest, actually double the awesome guest. So we have double guest. We have some cigar news, not much tonight. I guess we've got a new hat maybe that we're going to be giving away.
Hatpalooza.
Hatpalooza. We also will be giving away we're going to give away one prize tonight. It's going to be a combo of one of the beard products from Beard Apothecary, as well as a Boveda humidor starter. So it can be used whether you're working a desktop humidor, a coolador, a tuppador, whatever you're using. It could be used to help start that and get that kick going. So anybody who's interested in that, make sure you hit us up on YouTube, like, subscribe on YouTube, and start putting in the comments #RealSmoke. And towards the end of the show, we will go ahead and pick somebody who is going to win that awesome prize. So that'll be our gift this week.
Now there's a phone. I did not expect the phone.
No geese, but now you're in a call center, and you've got to start answering the phone.
Hey, so before I forget, because you brought up Beard Apothecary, my box from Beard Apothecary came today. I got the sampler pack so I can figure out which scent I like best because I absolutely love the product. Nice. So I got the sampler pack to get a start, and I got one of the car diffusers as well.
Nice.
By far the best beard product.
I love my car diffuser.
Me too. I will say I have one of them huge rear view mirrors, and I had a really hard time getting that tied, but I got it. It's hanging nicely now, but I got the sampler pack, and I will say I got a nice handwritten note from Tanya. I was kind of hoping it would be from John, but I guess screw me.
You get the better of the two.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited. Came today, and I'll definitely be giving him a shout out later. Also at the Abbey here, they have about 30 or 40 of the brownie trouts left. The wife is not going to be happy when I get home because I'm probably buying them all. So just saying.
You know, Christmas is coming up. you could always send one my way. Just saying.
I got you, brother. I got you.
So we're coming off a Thanksgiving break. How was your Thanksgiving?
Man, it was awesome. I'm not going to go into a ton of family detail, but I think I told you, but I'll tell all of our viewers that I surprised the wife and flew the kids down for Thanksgiving. She had no clue until they showed up on our doorstep, and man, it was 3.5 days, but it was absolutely incredible 3.5 days. I mean, it's something I think me and the wife both needed. And the kids probably need it as well. But it is so weird when your kids are adult age and you're having beers with them on Thanksgiving. But it was absolutely incredible. It was absolutely incredible. It was a perfect 3 days. Yeah, I couldn't ask for much more, man. How about you? You get a little turkey time in?
I got a little bit. I smoked a turkey that morning, and we hung out here for a little bit, and we went to go spend some time with my mom, and came back here. But we made a lot of turkey. We had a lot of sides and stuff. Everybody fully expecting to eat leftovers. We ended up the next couple of days getting so busy. Tuesday rolls around and we realize we haven't touched any of them, and they all just went to shit. So I always look forward to the leftovers, and literally we forgot all about it. So, but the main day was fantastic. It was great. So
awesome.
Had a great Thanksgiving.
That's incredible.
So we hinted at the Hat Palooza. We already gave away our first one, and we actually have about 7 hats lined up. We will go well into next year with hats. So also got a message from somebody else today saying, "Hey, saw your hat contest. We would like to bring you one or send you one too. Send us some information." Sweet. Awesome. Got one in yesterday from a whiskey company.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
not only, so we have hats from cigar companies, whiskey companies, and cigar accessory companies.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
I hate that I'm having to pull off this hat because this hat is the shit. But
it is.
The hat that I'm going to be putting on this week's Hat Palooza is sponsored by Crown Heads.
Hell yeah.
Thank you to John for reaching out and saying that he would send, he said he would send a hat. The man sent a lot of hats, just saying. So Crown Heads will be a sponsor of this segment a few more times. But starting tomorrow, we will have the red Heads Will Roll Crown Heads limited edition hat. So that will be the first one of theirs that goes out. We will get the information out probably tomorrow. The next day, we'll run the contest for 3 or 4 days. Just follow the instructions on there. We'll send you a hat. If I think he sent some stickers, we'll send you some stickers. We'll send you some of our stickers and things like that. But huge thanks to John Hubert, Crown Heads. Go check them out. I'm on Instagram at the Crown Heads or online at crownheads.com. Could not be any more thankful for you, sending that out. So we greatly appreciate it.
Not only do they make some incredible it's they make some of the coolest custom hats. Like all of their hats that come out, I'm like, damn, is that a cool hat? Like every one of them they come out with. So big thanks to Crown Heads. It's a great thing.
I heard him in a podcast saying, somebody said, if you weren't selling cigars, what would you be doing? He said, making clothing. He loves making hats and designing stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome. So let's see. Once again, we got the thing scrolling at the bottom down there that says basically what we're giving away today. We have it says gifts from Lure. I need to fix that one. For some reason, it did not update. Don't know why, but we will be giving away some items from Beard Apothecary, as well as a gift or a starter set from Bovida. So all you got to do is go into YouTube, type in hashtag Cigar Pub, or not Cigar Public, hashtag Real Smoke. Man, it's a shit show of a day. Type in hashtag Real Smoke, and we will get you entered in to win. And we'll let you know sometime at the end of the night.
Hell yeah. Speaking of Cigar Public.
I need a drink.
You two need a drink.
Yeah. You want to get into cigar news?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. This portion of the show is sponsored by Cigar Public. The news portion of the Real Smoke Podcast is brought to you by Cigar Public. Go to cigarpublic.com to find whiskey, cigar-related news and interviews, as well as cigar reviews. You can find so much more on there. Again, go check them out at cigarpublic.com or on Instagram at cigarpublic. So the first one that we got going, I'm not even really sure I should be reading today, just because my brain's not comprehending.
Part of the adventure, brother. You got this.
So one of the big things in the news right now is Massachusetts legislators considering a generational smoking ban. And I know a few other states have tried this, but the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is the latest state to consider following the example of New Zealand and adopting of so-called generational smoking bans. This was put out by the PCA. Cities and towns throughout the Commonwealth of Massachusetts are considering a new policy called nicotine-free generation, or implementing a generational smoking ban. While some have gone as far as to ban the sale of perfectly legal tobacco products, a modern-day approach is now being looked at for prohibition. Now a group of senators and representatives are pledging to introduce legislation to make such proposals the law of the Commonwealth. Policies like this failed to recognize that not all tobacco products should be treated in the same manner. Premium cigars do not carry the same public health issues associated with other products, and objective studies have sustained this, especially in the areas of inhalation, addiction, and mortality, as well as youth access. These products are for a disconcerting adult clientele. So you can go on there. It says take action against these widespread draconian measures. Visit, and it gives a link on there that you can visit to learn some more information. But Massachusetts is the newest state, basically trying to make it to where every year the new age to purchase tobacco products is 1 year older than the current person being born, which will put it in so many years, it'll make it to where nobody will ever be old enough to buy a cigar again.
It's complete insanity. Like the people that are making these rules, they act like it's the same thing as a vape or a cigarette. I mean, there's no 13-year-old going out and buying a cigar and smoking a $20 stick or a $15 stick, or even cares about cigars for that. So yeah, it's completely insane.
Yeah, I mean, as many lounges as I've been to, and by the way, answer your phone.
Yeah.
By the way, I mean, as many cigar lounges as we've been to, I mean, I've never even seen a kid around one, let alone try to get in one and try to, purchase something. So,
yeah, ever.
I mean, I think it's clueless people trying to pass stupid laws that they have no business even being a part of.
Yeah. 100%.
Because they have no clue what they're talking about.
No.
All right. Our last one. Pro Peace Cigar Distribution introduces Powastani cigars. The catastrophic failure. Good Lord. I'm waiting for the comments to start rolling in, asking if I've had a stroke or something. I'm waiting. In a press release, Pro Peace Cigars Distribution is thrilled to unveil its new limited edition cigar, Catastrophic Failure, the latest creation from the Powastani cigars owned by Mike and Greg. I'm not even going to pronounce their last name, but Mike and Greg, you're awesome. This bold and innovative 5.5 by 52 box press cigar is expertly crafted at the renowned Nica Sueño factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, showcasing exceptional craftsmanship and a daring new flavor profile. Presented in 10-count bundles, each wrapped with a sleek, flat black paper featuring the striking CF logo, the Catastrophic Failure commands attention with its eye-catching designs and promises an unforgettable smoking experience. Again, it's going to be in a 5.5 by 52. It's going to have Sumatra wrapper.
Hell yeah.
I'm after this. This is all mine.
All right.
The binders are Pennsylvania and Mexican. Sumatra over Pennsylvania Mexican, and then Nicaraguan and Dominican fillers. This is going to be a freaking great cigar. It's going to come out as at $12 a cigar. Production is limited to 500 10-count boxes.
Yeah, we got to find some.
Dang.
We should probably reach out to that.
In other words,
yeah,
most definitely. If you want some more information on the cigar and the story behind it, go to Cigar Public. And that is all I got, just because even if I did have more, I would quit right there because I don't think I could speak.
I think you're in your
So thank you to Cigar Public. I'm in. Yeah. We'll just leave it at that. The news portion of the Real Smoke podcast is brought to you by Cigar Public. Once again, go to cigarpublic.com to find cigar industry news, cigar reviews, whiskey articles, and so much more. Again, you can find them at cigarpublic.com or on Instagram at freaking Cigar Public. By the way, thank you, John. Just saying, I said that right.
Thanks, John.
All right. Before I completely implode, you want to talk about the cigar that we're smoking?
Yeah, you want me to mispronounce some words here? All right. Yeah, so we are
possibly. Hold on 1 second. While you go ahead and do that, I am going to remove this back off there. Go ahead and start talking about that thing.
All right. So tonight we have the Chaffiot Collection Freedom Fighter. The wrapper is Brazilian. See, I can't even read my handwriting because I wrote this down so quick tonight. Mata. Yeah, where's that? Mata Fina. How's that? Is that pretty good? All right.
You got it.
Binder's Ecuadorian, and the filler's Nicaraguan. Price is $11.99 typically. I believe that's what we paid for these. And yeah, I mean it's a great smooth smoke so far, and I'm sure we'll get to hear a little bit more about it here directly.
I surely hope so. Let's go ahead and bring these people on. They're back there going, what the hell did we get ourselves into? We actually know these guys, but for some reason they are freaking stroking out like amateurs that's never even talked to somebody before. Wait, that's not Mick, that's me. So yeah. Let's go ahead and bring to the stage Justin and Crystal of Chaffiot Collection Cigars. I should have had Mick introduce you guys because I love the way he tries to say
I can't say your name.
Collection.
Fuck it. It's Justin and Crystal. I don't even care. I fuck it up every time.
He would have come on here and said, this is Justin and Crystal of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Cigars.
100%. Freaking Charles has told me 10 times now how to say your last name, and I still fuck it up every time. So I don't know.
Chaffiot. It's okay. As long as you know what band to look for and you find us, you can call us whatever you want.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right.
No,
my name's been over the years for so long. I've been called like Chaffiot, Chaffiot.
I'm not quite that far.
There's been a bunch of them, so it's okay. It's all good. But no, thanks for having us on, guys. Sorry we were a little unprepared earlier.
Nobody would have known until just now. But hey, and please,
yeah, I mean,
tell Sean
it's kind of a shit show.
Welcome to the shit show tonight. I mean, I'm usually on here an hour before the show starts. I've already got everything sent to everybody. I'm chilling. I'm just going over notes, and I'm sending Mick a message, dude. When you getting on here tonight? He's like, I'll be on here in a second. I'm like, I'm not even in the building right now. So I was only 45 minutes late for my own schedule.
No, it's
we've all been there.
The building that you're in, Mick. We just got back from Memphis. We actually got to give you a hug there and say hi.
Yes.
It was great to see you in person, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen you guys. I mean, I think we've done 2 or 3 herfs together, and I knew we were having you guys on here, and it was actually nice to see you in person. You're right. It was nice to finally shake your hand, give some hugs, and yeah, I wish I could have stuck around a little longer that night, but man, it was a long weekend. I think I smoked like 10 cigars with Charles the day before. So
smoked out that weekend, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, I was completely burnt out by the time I saw you guys. I don't think we could have smoked any more cigars that weekend, but it was a great time. I mean, me and Charles have only hung out in person like two or three times now. So, I mean, it's
twice.
It is great when you see those people. Yeah, twice. Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we got our TriStar patches hand delivered. That was awesome.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was really
Yeah,
cool.
when he said that, I think I talked to him the night before, and he's like, I told him, man, I wish I would have known they were going to be down there. I would have sent, the patches and stuff down there. And he was like, I'm going to be down there tomorrow. I was like, I'm bringing you patches to take to him.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
No, that was cool, man. We appreciate that. So,
Yeah, no, we appreciate having you guys as members of TriStar. It's always good to have people in the industry and great people that we can get along with and herf with and hang out with, that are part of that community. So we appreciate it.
for sure.
Well, so before we get into who you guys are, how you met, all the stuff before the cigar life, tell us about what we're smoking.
Better than I did.
So you guys, I believe you guys have the Lancero, correct? You guys
we were worried that we wouldn't get your cigars in time. So Mick found some at the Abbey, and he was like, I'm going to go ahead and pick these up just in case.
I'll be
clutch move.
Yeah, you were right.
That was a clutch move, Mick. Yeah,
I'll be straight. No, I'll be straight up with you. This is not my preferred shape and size of cigar. I truly love. I mean, the cigar has been awesome so far. I love the flavor and everything, but I'm like, I just feel weird holding a cigar this size. I have huge hands to begin with, and it just doesn't work out. But
pencil. Well, I will say those are the last of the Mohegans right there of the Lancera. So I snagged some while I was at the Abbey because we don't even have any more. And so that's my favorite.
We love Lanceros. Yeah. Like we're both Lancero lovers. So
okay.
We might be back. I don't know.
But this is what's coming to you in the mail because we are going to send you some sticks as well. Is a 6x50.
Nice.
Toro,
we appreciate it.
Thank you.
So,
the review that we're going to do tonight that's going to be on this one is pretty much we're a little late on it.
That's okay.
Well, Sean really wants us to bring him back.
He wants us. Yeah, apparently his shop loves Lanceros. So, if we get a couple shops like that really want them, we'll probably bring him back.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
But so
I can't wait to try the new one.
Yeah, absolutely. But Brazilian Matafina wrapper. It's Ecuadorian Habano binder, Nicaraguan filler, all from Esteli, Jalapa, and Condega. So it's a very, very rich cigar, in my opinion. And it's funny. This actually started off as a Lancero project, and we decided to do another Vitola, or to play around with different Vitolas after that, just because the Lancero market is so hard. It's and you kind of just proved it, Mick. Like there's a lot of people like Mick, not to pick on you by any means, but a lot of people just don't really like Lanceros. So, it took a little longer to sell, I think, which is normal with Lanceros, but so we played around with the Churchill. We did a 6x54 for Eric at OGT, the Bloody Knuckle there. Now we have a 6x50. So that's what we got.
Yeah, when I saw your post earlier, I was like, man, I want it in that size. Damn it. And trust me, I'm still excited. I've had many of your sticks in the past. I've never had the Freedom Fighter, honestly, because I think at the Abbey they only have it in the Lancero, and I've just never picked it up. And I've wanted to, and honestly, a few of our other club members, especially Devin that lives out here by us, he was like, dude, it's my favorite cigar from them. And I'm like, I just have a hard time picking up any Lancero. It's just not really my. So.
Well, I'm glad to bring you out of your comfort zone today by force.
Absolutely. Here we are.
Come to our side, Nick. Just come on. Just join the dark side.
I will say the draw on this is outstanding, and I am enjoying the burn, the draw on it. I'm getting the smoke output on it. I mean, I can't say I would never have another Lancero, but it's just, I don't know. It just feels so weird smoking it. I don't. It's just like a size thing.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to get you to do another little review once you get the Toro in. But
sure. We're excited to get you again. We got them like right after Thanksgiving, so it was so rushed, and
okay,
not the best timing.
It would only been a couple $100 to send them to you overnight, but we figured we would donate that money to organizations that need it and that you guys would understand.
I like that.
So,
I like it 100%. I love it.
But I was on my way, you know, and then
the right decision was made. We appreciate that.
yeah, so instead we went on Amazon and helped buy gifts for survivors that need them, and we took that money and did that. So that is what your Sarah sacrifice is captured tonight.
I'm glad I could play my part. That is phenomenal.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure Charles will get into this, but we have so many. I mean, so Charles will probably tell you. But he's stumbling over his words tonight, so I'll get it started. Like we really, I don't know if you guys have like watched a few of the shows before, but we typically don't do like wrapper, binder, filler stuff. We try to go more deeply into, like, obviously you guys' mission. We love what you guys do, and we also try to kind of get deeper than like the surface of, you know, hey, we sell cigars kind of thing. Like we want to know a little bit more about you guys, and however deep you're willing to go with it. I mean, feel free to elaborate and be the storytellers. This is as much your show as it is ours.
No, that's refreshing to hear, man.
If we don't answer, we'll say plead the fifth or make up something. Or no, I was kidding.
Pass is fun. Yeah, pass is fun.
Be on the
I mean, you could do like every politician. As soon as someone asks you a direct question, you say a completely different answer to a different question. That's how we get past this.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we're dealing with.
Here. We could ask you, you know, what's your favorite meal, and you say, I like the smell of tulips.
Yeah.
And there would be a good portion of people that would just nod and keep listening.
100%.
Yep. Logical answer.
Maybe not on the TriStar Herf crew, because I know we're all pretty deep, but there are people that just go, oh, okay.
Which we haven't been on TriStar in a little bit. We need to search one, and we definitely plan to. But
we've had some
really about your group.
We've had some deep conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love about TriStar. We never know where it's going to go. And at any given night, we're like, all right, here we go down this road, you know, and there's really no turning back once we usually go down that road. Yeah. But it's a good time.
Therapeutic.
Yeah, we would have been on the other night, but we were covered in throw up and snot, just to be transparent. So it was one of those, like, you know, well, crap. Kids, that's the only thing we weren't covered in was crap. But we've got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, so we're in the thick of just all the things and the, you know, school stuff that's been going around, and so I don't know. I heard
sounds like y'all were having a fun night.
You got to drink a beer with your adult kids. I'm like, wow, that's like, I can't even begin to fathom that. That's amazing.
I will tell you this, and this is not, I'm sure 100 people have told you this, but it flies by so fucking fast. Like my kids, I swear yesterday, they were the age of your kids, and my daughters are now 25 and 21. And it just scares the shit out of me, because not only does that mean I'm getting old, but I mean, shit, they're the age I had kids. And I'm like, how does this happen? Like overnight? It's unbelievable.
You could be a grandpa any day.
Oh yeah. No, I'm good. My oldest daughter listens to this. No, I'm good.
You better pick out your name. What is it going to be?
No.
True though. I mean, the stages that they're in is chaotic, but like you said, like we want to try to be present for as much as the innocence, as possible, because it is really, really refreshing. It's cool.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I do miss those days. There was a lot less problems at those days, and everybody thinks that kids are expensive at that age. They're still fucking expensive at 21 and 25.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I mean, having kids is not the pain of heart, but it's the best. It is the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah.
So let's go into a little bit about you. How did you guys come to enjoying cigars? I'm sure you both either have your own separate cigar journey or you found them together. So how did that happen?
Crystal can speak for herself, but I would say that we kind of found them together. I mean, I had smoked cigars prior to meeting Crystal, but not as regularly as like you would think about the everyday, cigar consumer. Like I didn't develop that obsession, and I'd say we kind of You think we kind of formed it together?
I think you were on the path before me. I smoked other things before cigars, so I had smoked a cigar here and there, but then you were like doing your homework at the cigar shop when you were in high school.
Well, yeah.
So,
oh wow.
You went to a Christian school and you weren't even allowed to smoke.
No, I know. Yeah. I couldn't go to grad night my senior year because they caught me smoking. It sucked. But yeah, there was a little like cigar shop in the mall, like right by my high school. So we would go there and like get cigars and whatever, and do our homework, thinking we were cool. So I guess it kind of started there, and then my grandfather was a cigarette smoker, but he smoked cigars on the holidays, so I would smoke a cigar with him, like on Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that stuff. So that's really kind of where it began for me. But again, I didn't really develop the obsession that we all know now, that we all shared together, I'd say until about maybe 2016.
Right when we got together, because we lived right close to a little shop that had a boutique shop.
I would say it's 2015. Yeah, 2015 or 16 in that time frame, I guess. 2015 or 16. And then I hate to confess, but we both kind of smoked cigarettes beforehand, on and off. And you were probably more on than I was.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I'm sure.
And then
so once
I developed the obsession for cigars and started trying, all these different blends at the time, like, trying like Eddie Ortega's stuff and the Wild Bunch, and then, Espinosa like 10 years ago when Murcielago was out, and, some of the earlier Room 101 stuff like that. I developed the obsession, got off cigarettes, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. It's fun. So I think we just kind of both did it together,
But he spent a lot of time at that cigar lounge, and that's where I think you started learning more about boutiques and different, things. So he would come home with all these cigars that we had to try together, and I enjoyed it, and I think it was just being opened to the learning about cigars and tasting different ones, and I think at first learning not to inhale, like, cause that's you got to just, now it's not even a second thought, but back then it was like, oh, okay. I
will say it was very easy for us to learn how to retrohale, because we would always blow smoke out through our nose with cigarettes,
I never did
but,
that.
Yeah, I think that's why it was easy for me to learn how to do that as well.
Yeah. So I guess it's one good thing they can't have cigarettes, but like, really, so.
But it is interesting. I had no idea that the cigar community was so passionate before I really started smoking cigars on the regular, and I was like, wow, like the cigar community is real passionate. Like they're like in it. They are kind of obsessed, and it's cool. And so it's fun to be that group now. be a part of the group.
It is funny that
there's
people
definitely
now. Oh, good.
I was gonna say there's definitely a culture with people that have that enjoy cigars versus enjoying just about anything else. I would say the only thing closest to it is the people who really dive deep into whiskey. I mean, those are some people who are really passionate about what they're enjoying.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mick.
No, I was just gonna say it's weird now to me because of the friends and people I've met through the cigar community. It's weird for me to meet someone now, and I'm like, "What do you mean you don't enjoy cigars?" Like it's weird. Like you find somebody that really doesn't enjoy it. I'm like, "But you just haven't found the right one yet." It's like you're trying to talk him into like coming out and having a cigar with you, and it's just, I don't know. It's become a part of my life, and it's such a great community. I mean, it's really hard to go into a cigar lounge or somewhere and not be able to strike up a conversation with someone that's very passionate like you are, or has some of the same likes, and it's pretty cool, man. I always enjoy it.
It is cool.
Yeah, we're like, you're allergic to smoke? I guess we can't be friends. No, I'm just kidding. or just got to sit on the other side of the porch because it's going to be really weird if you start coughing while we're smoking.
Exactly.
But,
it's funny how you end up flocking towards someone once you find, oh, you enjoy cigars too? Okay, great. We can be friends now.
Yep.
Well, as a woman, I mean, I still get I'm a hockey mom, and I'm not a soccer mom, but a hockey mom. But, the women still look and go, like, you smoke cigars? And I'm like, I do. Like, a lot of them. And they're just like, oh, well, and they're looking to see if I have hair on my chest. And I'm like, listen, people, we're like, what are we doing here?
We were at a church service a couple months ago at a very formal ceremonial Anglican church, very, very traditional. And I had found out that 2 of the priests there enjoy cigars, and that's all I needed to hear. And once I heard that, like we hit it off right away. And 2 weeks later, they're over at my house and we're drinking beer, smoking cigars, and, talking theology or whatever, and having a great time. And it's like, but all that started, I may not have anything in common with these guys at all, but, the cigar kind of paved the way for us to hang out. So that's just the cool thing about it, Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It was pretty cool.
And we've met a lot of really, really cool people. I mean, just even being at the Abbey, we got to spend 4 days with Sean. And I mean, like, now I consider him like a good friend. Like, he's great. He's awesome. But like, had we not met through cigars, paths would have never crossed. So I think you get to meet a lot of really cool characters. And
well, Sean is a character, by the way.
He is a character.
Oh, yeah. He's probably going to pop on here later.
He should. Clearly.
Yeah.
Something you see in a movie.
Yeah.
Truly. But he's quite the guy. But that's the beauty about it, though. You'll never know who you're gonna meet or run into, and what kind of conversations you'll have, all because of this thing. And it's a beautiful reality. It really is.
Absolutely.
So obviously you guys met and knew each other and started enjoying cigars well before the Chaffiot collection was put together. How did you all go from, was you married when, you started the brand, or is that something that you became closer through, or where do you go from knowing and enjoying cigars when y'all met versus or into the start of the company?
Yeah, Justin kind of took like a deep dive. So once he started going to this lounge down the road, he was like all in. I mean, and the next thing you know, he's like, I want to start a cigar brand. And I'm like, we had just gotten married. I'm like, whoa, okay. Like, married, moved, this cigar brand. Okay.
It's always the guy.
Yeah. And I was like, well, like,
how dare you?
Adventure. I'm an entrepreneur. Like, I like marketing. Okay. And so we kind of put it on the back burner until we went to this anti-trafficking rally, and we heard the testimony of 2 survivors who are now friends. And once we had heard their stories about being trafficked from like the ages of 4 by their families on, it was like that just flipped our worlds upside down. And we were like, came home and smoked a cigar, and we were talking about just, oh my gosh, like, how can we even sleep at night? Like, what are we going to do? We can't just like pretend like we don't know that this happens. And that's when we were like, maybe we could, if you really want to do the cigar brand, maybe we could do that and then use it as a tool to help fund and start conversations, awareness and funding to fight human trafficking. So that's kind of like the condition. Like, if we do this, it needs to be for a purpose, not just for a hobby that,
Yeah.
So let's go into that. Let's go into the purpose, because obviously it wasn't, hey, I want to do a cigar brand. Oh, this is a good purpose. Let's put it together. It's like, no, we're going to do a cigar brand with this purpose. So let's go over that purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we consider ourselves a very missional company, and, we tend to put out content relating to the mission just as much, sometimes more than the cigars itself. And, that's something that we're very bullish about, but that's how it was intended to be. And, the trafficking conversation, it's kind of funny because everyone's aware of human trafficking these days. I feel like, everyone knows it's a reality. But with that being said, I think when we had met a survivor, like when we met an overcomer of someone who actually went through it, and you experience just a personal connection with them, I don't know, it kind of becomes more real in a sense when you actually meet somebody, who's gone through and has heard their story, and the pain that they went through and all the tragedy, right? So I think we're kind of taking that heartbeat to the cigar community, and I know it's uncomfortable, for people to talk about or accept, especially when too, like, a lot of the topics surrounding trafficking are awkward. Like, we have talked about pornography a lot in the past, and still plan to in the future, just because it's such a big part of this whole system of trafficking and fueling the demand side of it. No one wants to think about children, being molested and raped and, used for sexual purposes. Really dark stuff, right? And, but I guess we just kind of have this yearning and this burn to talk about it. And
I mean, at the end of the day, the reality is 90+% of the buyers of people that are being trafficked are men. And, probably about the same that are actually doing the trafficking. So, the cigar industry is male dominated. Yes, my females, and I hope we get more ladies of the leaf, but, you get to have an hour and a half of a conversation with someone if you're sitting down chatting. And you can talk about an array of different things of why it's happening, how it's happening, and what we can do to stop it. But you take the passion that surrounds the cigar community, and then you take the valor of what a man and a warrior should be to protect those they love. Most are dads, uncles, grandpas, whatever, and you light a fire like on your cigar and under your ass. Really what it boils down to. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? If we're not doing anything, then we're saying it is okay to see women and children raped for profit. Like, if I'm not doing something to combat that, then I'm just saying, So, let's take some of the passion and really put it, put it in your pipe and smoke it, or put it in your cigar and smoke it. But, you can buy any cigar. And if it's a crappy cigar, you're not going to come back and buy it again. So we knew we had to have a good cigar because, we're not just trying to do a gimmick. We want to have a great cigar that people enjoy. But we also want them to, we don't have a marketing budget. We're two people running a company. So word of mouth is a marketing budget. And then hopefully the passion will fuel that to be able to tell people, hey, we have donated over $10,000 to local organizations that are doing the work, that are helping get women and children in beds and out of trafficking and helping with the restoration. And you're a part of that. Like, when you say yes to Chaffiot Collection Cigar, you're saying I'm doing something, and hopefully they'll want to start a conversation and do more, and we plug people in. But it's conversations, and it's, it takes money to fight trafficking. It's not free. It takes money, and everybody can do their part, but we're trying to help people find their part and find their way. And that's really,
I think where she went with it, that's where I was trying to land, is that the cigar community is a very passionate community. It's a very passionate group of people, and that that they love to gather, they love to celebrate, they love camaraderie, we love fellowship. And it's let's take that same energy and I think we're trying to take that energy and redirect it, towards this cause, towards this mission. Just like she said, let's get fired up about this too, while smoking a cigar. So that's where we're at, that's why we're here.
I love it. Yeah, you guys' energy towards it. It draws me in towards it. I don't talk about it on this podcast about where I work and what I do, but I kind of see the other side of some of that. And trust me, it's a worthy cause, and it needs to be continued to be fought. And we appreciate what you guys do, for sure.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I think there's still a lot of misconceptions too. I think there's a lot of work to be done. Just people don't realize that it's happening in every community, in every town across the U.S. and the world, really. But there's so many things that we need to be aware of and look for, and protect our own kids and help just people realize, like, hey, this is grooming's happening. Like, they are coming after your kids through the internet, and even with the AI now and all this stuff, and it's just like there's a lot of work to be done. And so anytime we get a chance to talk to a group of people, it could be a group of one or a group of 100, just if there's one little tidbit someone can take away that could help prevent it, and or see something, say something, then that's a win. So
I do have one more follow-up question. It's slightly off topic. So I love your bands. Who designs your bands? Do you guys you guys play a part in that? Do you sign off on them, or who actually designs them?
I play around with a couple different softwares.
Honestly, I'm bummed I've never had the Freedom Fighter before, because it's been one of those bands that I look at every damn time I'm in the lounge, and I love this band. I see you're wearing a shirt for tonight. Do you guys sell those also?
Yeah, they're on our website. Yeah, the Freedom Fighter shirt.
I'm buying one tomorrow.
We need to get hats. I think I talked about hats earlier. That's what we need to do. Let's get hats next. But anyway.
Yeah, the design works great.
Appreciate the compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, we started something.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
The X on the band, as you can see here, that is that's the National End It movement. So that's an X that stands for End It and trafficking, and the bloody knuckle is because it's a dirty, nasty fight, and you're gonna get messy, but it's worth the fight, and we all can get a little bloody knuckle to get it done.
Love it. Really do. I love it.
Oh, thanks, man.
Well, I was just going to go on to the hat, to the hat thing. It seems like, one of the things that you see with a lot of cigar smokers is that they enjoy the hats. I mean, everything from just simple ball caps to flat caps to whatever, but it seems to be like, you could pull out one of the cheap lighters and it has a logo on it, and they're like, okay, thanks. But you go, hey, we got shirts and hats back there. They're like, okay, let me see them. So
people will buy.
And that's the reason that's the reason that we started doing this.
Yeah, it's dope.
Well, maybe we need to send. With your Hatapalooza, maybe we can send a shirt, and whoever wins can give us their size, and we'll send them a shirt. But we got to up our merch game.
I was about to say, we've already got. I forgot which company it is. Adventura. They actually sent in something that wasn't a hat to give out, and it's like, okay, we'll throw that in. So yeah, anytime. But yeah, the shirt right there, that is probably one of the most badass shirts I've seen in a long time, and I
100%.
think it looks pretty. I was on your site today trying to get some pictures for some of the artwork that we were doing, and I saw that.
That's awesome.
And on the back it says hashtag until human trafficking goes up in smoke. Oh, it says end human trafficking. Yeah. Well, our hashtag we like to use is until human trafficking goes up in smoke. So that's
Change that. Yeah, that's our jam.
All right, so now let's go back into you guys. You guys met. You started enjoying cigars. You had the idea of a company. You found a purpose. So, what's your next step?
I made him a crappy business card, and he went down to Miami to the Great Smoke and tried to find somebody who would make cigars for us.
Yeah.
Oh, I was pregnant. That's why I didn't go. I just found out I was pregnant, so he went by himself.
By the laugh, I'm taking it that this is a good story. So let's hear about the adventures at the Big Smoke.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was like over 45 different manufacturers there, and I had talked to every single one of them. I can't remember. It was 3 or 4 of them barely gave me the time of day because I didn't know anything. I knew nothing. I knew no one. I knew I was so green, And then I actually talked to David Blanco, and he's the one who actually he got my foot in the door.
Good.
So David
I
Blanco.
love Dave. We're actually really close. I know him well. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, Dave's a great dude, man. I love Dave.
He's a great guy. And he's like, all right, he's like, you don't know shit. You're probably going to get screwed a few times, but I like the cause. And I'll give you a shot. That's basically the conversation,
He's very missionary.
That sounds like,
sounds like very big on the military, which is cool, and which is great. And so I think the mission really resonated with him. And then we had put out a Habano, we did a Connecticut with him, and we did a Maduro with him as well. And then I want to say, well, that was in late 2018, early 2019, and during that time, I had met Z from Cordoba and Morales at my local cigar lounge, where I first developed the obsession for cigars. He was like best friends with the lounge owner, and I really enjoyed a lot of Cordoba and Morales' stuff. I was smoking a lot of their cigars, and I talked to Brooke, and I was like, hey man, you think Z would give me a shot? And he's like, I don't know, I'll set up a meeting. And so I met Z. I gave him the cigar that I had from Blanco at the time. He's like, no, this is actually a really good cigar. This is not a bad cigar at all. I think I can, do something different for you. We can play around with some stuff. And then I just really kind of hit it off with him, and we developed a really, really close relationship. And he's like family to us. So we kind of transitioned from David Blanco to Cordoba and Morales. Didn't burn any bridges or anything. Nothing but love and respect, for Blanco. Everything's good. But I think this just kind of works best for us with where we're at, and we love Z. So all of the blends we have now in the portfolio are manufactured by Cordoba and Morales. So, it was just one of those things. It was someone giving us a chance, then you meet somebody else and they give you a chance and you try not to screw it up, and luckily, we're here. So
anybody that thinks starting a cigar brand is like easy, it's really all trying blends and figuring out what how you want to do it. That's fun. The crap part is all the bookkeeping and the licensing and all the that's stuff that you're just like, oh my gosh, this is like it's not glamorous at all. Everybody's like, you own a cigar brand? I was like, yeah. And
it's like every day I'm pulling my hair out. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's fun, but
and it's not wildly profitable either, by the way. It takes years. So it's really a labor of love. A big labor of love. But it has brought us closer together, I will say. We've had many of annoying, being in business together is can be a rub for sure, but at the end of the day, we come out to smoke a cigar and have a drink, and that's our time together while we're working on stuff or just each reading or doing whatever. That's kind of our thing. So cigars have brought us closer together, but being in business together, I'm like, I don't like my boss. I'm like, oh wait, I'm kind of partly the boss too. Shoot, I don't like this.
I'm pretty sure marriage counselors counsel against that going into business together. It's probably not a good idea for a marriage, but it's it's okay.
But it's for a good cause.
We're glad you guys are making it work, and we, like I said, we love the cause. But now the backstory is really what we love, man. This is great. Just figuring out how you guys. I always love to hear those stories about. There's always that one where they're like, all right, I had to go to this event and try to get somebody to buy into what I'm selling. And what I want to do. And it's awesome to hear that.
Yeah. And it's amazing what comes with humility sometimes, you see a lot of guys trying to act like big shots, when they're really not, sometimes you see that in the industry, and it's amazing that, humility can get you farther than you think, so that was always my approach. I always, I don't claim to be an expert. I still don't, I'm learning new things every day.
I think everybody is. That's why we listen to podcasts.
Yeah,
that's why we
That's why we read books, and that's why we study, right? But anyway, it's So go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we feel you 100% because Charles and I we just started this journey, and it's humbling. Like, he has a pretty big following on his side of Instagram. I got a pretty big following on mine. But when you put something together and start something new, you got to be humble and reach out to people and be like, "Hey, can you give us a shot here? Be a guest on here." And it helps to have friends in the industry too, like you guys, to help us along the way. But I feel you on that. Being humble goes a long damn way when you're just getting started on something.
Yeah, I mean, and
for sure.
We're honored and blessed to have the exposures. Like I said, our marketing budget is zero. So
you guys are welcome anytime. You got TriStar family, and you guys are welcome anytime. I know I speak for Charles occasionally too. He does for me occasionally too. But no, we truly love what you guys are doing. Any kind of exposure we can give you along the way, send it our way, and we'll post it up for you for sure.
Thank you. And I got to give a shout out from one of the TriStar, OGs. John Aldi has been amazing. We met him on the HERF, and he's
been in our corner so hard.
He's been taking the passion, and we've gotten in 3 or 4 new shops because he's gone and said you need to pick them up, and he's just been awesome. So shout out, much love. But that's just we love anyone who wants to be an ambassador and, help spread the mission, help spread, because everybody knows somebody. Everybody's got a local lounge. Everybody's got, a connection. Yep. So our belief is that, if you're passionate about ending human trafficking and you like cigars, then you are welcome to share the brand, and we'll send you some cigars as payment and, grease your palm that way. But he's been wonderful. So that's been a huge benefit of just a friend that we've met through TriStar, which is really cool.
Right.
John's I've never met John in person, but I feel like John's like my brother I never met for real, because we did the same thing for a living for many years, so he connects on that level with me. And he's also our first sponsor, our first official sponsor for TriStar Herford, for Real Smoke Podcast. So he Beard Apothecary was our first official sponsor. Now you're wearing off on me, Charles. I can't put sentences together. So but yeah, John's a great dude, man. We do appreciate what he does, and I know he loves you guys as well. Every post we made this week, he was reposted for us, so it was great.
Well, and one day we may flip the tables on you and have you and John, on an interview with us talking about some of the stuff that you can talk about. Because I know
I would love
you
to
guys
learn more about that.
You guys have been in the thick of it. So
absolutely. Yeah. I definitely talked to you offline, and there's some stuff, since I'm still currently on my career path. I get stuff I can't talk about, but John could definitely share probably more than I could.
Yeah.
But if any of it will help you along the way, 100% we're in.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It's nice to hear from people that are, it's because it's one thing like we talk about it, but then you're like, okay, you want to see the people that are really, really seeing it firsthand. I mean, I don't know. We're still in awe of just the people that we meet and come in contact with that have been on all sides of it, from being victimized to, on the restoration, and just the people that pour their lives and hearts into. I mean, it's not a go help on a Saturday and then Monday things are back to normal. Some of my best friends are I mean, it's 24/7. It's nonstop, and the aftercare, all of it. I mean, they're getting calls. There's no downtime. There's no off time. It's just so I like to give the spotlight to the people that are doing that, I mean.
Yeah, for sure. I think where Crystal and I are at, I mean, as far as the mission goes, I really have a heart to talk about the demand side of the equation, like what fuels men, to go do these horrendous things. And, I can't talk about that without, mentioning pornography. It's such a huge factor. All the research is there. It's not hard to find. But the other side about it is with the aftercare as well. That's really important to talk about. there's nowhere for them to go after they get out.
Yeah.
So there's 600 beds across the nation. 600.
So
okay.
It's like
wow.
rescue is so sexy, and everyone wants to think they're supporting the organization that's going in and killing the bad guy and rescuing the children and all that stuff. It's very sensational, right? But as far as aftercare goes, there's nothing available. Like, there really isn't. Most of the time they bounce around from homeless shelters only to get re-trafficked again. That's what happens constantly. Their trafficker knows that there's not any stability, and they wind up going right back. So,
because aftercare isn't just a couple of days or weeks. I mean, it's years. It's years. So, I know in our community, there was one safe home that had opened up, and unfortunately, there were some choices that were made that didn't work in the benefit of the overcomers, and the group had to leave, and they had to start putting women in little tiny homes, and they're now trying to create a tiny home village because the one safe home that was open just didn't have the standards and the I don't even know how to say it tactfully. It just wasn't done correctly. So, it's one of those things, like, even within the organizations that are doing something, you still have to vet those that are,
Absolutely.
That's what we do, is we vet, because we don't want to just give money to someone that's just talking about it, or someone that's not doing things with integrity. I mean, we really vet the ones that are.
There are so many anti-trafficking organizations out there. Like, I feel like everyone and their mother is affiliated with the anti-trafficking organization these days. But what we've come to find out is very few are actually doing really, really good work. So, yeah, the vetting process is absolutely critical. And, we support Bikers Against Trafficking. They're the real deal. They specialize in aftercare with housing. They do rescue and intervention with law enforcement. So they do both. They do a lot of counseling and therapy programs, for people who are coming out of it, getting them the mental health attention that they need. And then, we also support Run Against Traffic, which is, they're an organization that takes money and funnels it to really credible aftercare programs, that's very much needed.
Sarah's Roots is here in Brevard County, and they're the group that's doing the tiny homes and kind of pioneering that organization. And then when we were in Memphis, we got to meet Saving Lost Kids, and so they're an incredible organization.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Saving Lost Kids is we're gonna start supporting them as well.
Yeah,
and they're doing some really great things. So I guess the advice is just know who you're giving money to, because not everything is what it seems. Like, probably so many organizations out there you donate to, and those funds are going to update their website or to get more marketing collateral. And it's like, we're doing it to spread awareness. It's like, everyone's aware of what it is. Like, we know what it is. Like, what are we doing?
Exactly.
So, I don't know.
So tell us, I'm also taking over here, Charles, I apologize. Tell us a little bit more about the Goldie Grace project. I know that was a lot of fun to watch with Crystal being having the filter on there and all that. That was a good time. But tell us about working with the Cigar Clowns and how that all played out.
Well,
they're a bunch of ass. No, I'm just joking. No, they're great. No, they're fun.
That might be a good cigar. They should have a clown
with
an ass.
Yeah.
With the clown.
Not sure I'm buying that one.
Market that. Well, Justin we met the Cigar Clowns originally through Eric Drazen and the Oakland Tobacconist. And so the OGT Society, and we were both on his top 10 list. I think we were 1 and they were 2, and so we had mutual respect for each other. We had smoked each other's stuff, and you met him in person at an event in Orlando, right?
Yeah, cigar event in Orlando. Eric was there, and he introduced both of us together. And I had met Ray, and I met Joe briefly. I didn't even know it was Joe, though. I just kind of shook his hand, said hi, and I talked to Ray more than anybody. But
I'm gonna plug us in so we don't lose power.
yeah. So we met at the cigar event through Eric and Ray, and I think it was Ray that he had mentioned that, hey man, like, maybe in the near future we can collaborate on a project. And I was like, yeah, man, we're opportunistic. We might be down. And we just kind of left it at that. And about a year went by, and then we had picked up the conversation again a little after a year, and then we just started meeting on the reg, and talk about we're talking about concepts, and we finally pulled the trigger and was like, you know what, let's just do it. Let's give this a go. I think we have a good thing. And Goldie Grace came to its inception, and it was just a lot of fun. And those guys are super cool to work with. Goldie Grace was inspired really kind of by the Sin City movie. That's how we kind of came up with that. I don't know if because the whole point of that, right, is she's a vigilante, right, that kicks ass, that fights human trafficking. Sorry, Crystal's moving me around.
Try to make sure we stay on.
Everything's about to die. Sorry, this is so we're amateurs right now.
We're real. That's all.
Real smoke.
Real. This is real
Love
life.
it.
This is real life.
Oh, yeah, real life. But so so what was I saying? But
that's how I met him.
So we did that. We started meeting. We started talking about some movies and comic books. Like, oh yeah, she definitely has to be like this vigilante type of character, right? So we just kind of created the whole mythos behind it. If you look at the label, Goldie Grace has the freedom fighter bloody knuckle as her hands on it, which is dope. And so she fights human trafficking, and the clowns are they're really passionate about that too, believe it or not. They really they're really, really sincere and are genuine about that cause as well, which is great. That's who we want to work with. So
but I think they were passionate, but they, again, like most people, didn't know where to start. They were like, we want to do something, and we love cigars, and so it was kind of one of those like, all right, you guys seem to know what you're talking about. Let's link up with you guys.
Yeah, but it was really humbling for us, just because they're on, they're growing, they're getting pretty big, and I definitely say that they're on a level or two above us, as far as they have a big consumer following. So we're really blessed to be getting that exposure from them, and we definitely attribute that to those guys for kind of giving us a shot to work together, and we want to see where it goes. So we definitely have plans to keep Goldie going, and I think there's going to be some other cool projects surrounding Goldie that we're going to work on together as well. So
she might have a posse or something.
She may have a posse. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Good dudes for.
So I will say this: that was one of the things you were talking about. You don't have a marketing budget, but the marketing behind the way that you and the clowns did the Goldie Grace was spot on.
Yeah.
Everything
Amazing.
from the artwork, everything from some of the lives, the videos, some of the podcasts that you guys went on and was talking about it. And then when they would put some of the artwork that they had, whether it looked like posters and things like that, it was a marketing campaign that seemed like it worked. And I know we had you all and the clowns on TriStar to talk about it. And I think it was one, great cause. Two, it was a fantastic cigar, and the marketing behind it was phenomenal.
Thank you.
Well, Ray did an incredible job on Goldie. I mean, and that's why the band was elongated, is because we wanted I was like, we can't just cut this out. Like, this whole thing is beautiful. I mean, it is really a work of art. And so I think they did. They printed out a few posters and things, which we never got our hands on one, but we will. And yeah, I mean, she's just very striking, but I think it strikes a chord to see a strong woman, and then have a good cigar behind it. So I felt like we were on a book tour, like a press tour. I was like, we were on a podcast, I think, like every week and talking and this and that. And it was cool to get to, have that exposure.
Yeah. No, it was cool. Their marketing is so clutch. Like they have mastered that. They're so good at what they do, and their cigars are phenomenal as well. So it's like it's a killer combo, Yeah. The Geppetto and the Rodeo Clown right now are my two recent favorites from them. But yeah, quality all the way around with the clowns for sure. It was cool.
Yeah, they're good dudes, and so much so we call Uncle Joe now. We go to Disney with Uncle Joe when he comes down.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm a sucker for great marketing. Like it could be anything. My wife will tell you, I will fucking buy it if it's packaged right, and it's just an added bonus that your cigars are great. But I bought that Goldie Grace the first time because I was like, I cannot walk by this thing without buying it, because that just the logo and the marketing on the cigar, that elongated band, was just so amazing. But yeah, and like I said, it's a bonus. It's a really, really solid stick as well. So yeah, props to that.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
Well, we hope to have more merch too with Goldie on it. Cause I was like, dang, I wanna wear Goldie. What's up?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So,
That would make a fantastic shirt.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We even had somebody
I
think it was on TriStar. They said they get the tattoo. I want to see that.
Oh yeah.
Looking for that this year.
Me and Ray said we were going to get tattoos.
Well, we might have a few tattoos. We'll have to have like a full-on smoking a cigar, getting your Goldie tattoos. Be epic.
Hell yeah.
So since we've already started talking about the Goldie, let's go into the other brands or the other cigars. So when you went ahead, you switched over to a new factory, started blending cigars. Let's talk about what you came out with.
Yeah, so the first one we actually came out with was Brother's Keeper, which I kind of pulled off the market because I wanted to. I love the cigar. I actually got rated 95 on Stogie Press, which was really that was a big honor for us back.
It's one of my favorites as well.
Oh, you've had Brother's Keeper?
Yep, many times from here at the Abbey.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, he had like
That's
one
really
or two
cool.
left when we were there.
I love that stick.
I may have taken it off prematurely, to be honest with you, but I felt like the name kind of warranted a more full-bodied, more stronger cigar. I felt like maybe I loved it. I thought it had a good flavor profile. But I felt it was a little too mild, maybe just for the name, and I wanted to retweak the logo as well. Maybe I screwed up, Rick. I don't know, Mick. Maybe I screwed up. But anyway,
I said, leave it alone.
But
Not everybody.
yeah.
I mean, I think as his palate. Well, both of us are full-bodied smoker, but not everybody's
Me
a
too.
full-bodied smoker, or that's a great starter cigar.
yeah,
I am a full body guy as well, but I love that stick for some reason. I came back and bought a few more after I had bought my first one, and I just think the flavor profile on it was solid the whole way through. It had like a little bit of a roller coaster in it, which I like. I mean, it wasn't just straight through a light cigar. It was a solid blend. I enjoyed it.
Right. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah. That was Ecuadorian Habano.
It's not broke. Don't
Binder and
fix
filler
it.
from Nicaragua. Yeah. So I definitely have plans to bring it back. I don't know if it's going to be the same exact blend, but Brother's Keeper will be back in the future, at whatever capacity that looks like. So yeah, that was the first one that he did, Charles. To answer your question, was Cordoba Morales. So he put out Brother's Keeper for us, in 2020, which was cool. And then slowly but surely, we kind of migrated towards the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, and started building a brand, behind that concept, which was fun. So we did San Andreas for see no evil, San Andreas blend. We did an Ecuadorian Sumatra for speak no evil, and African Cameroon for hear no evil. That was just what we were kind of playing around with at the time. And I still love those cigars. And it was a fun trio for sure to work on. But and then after that, we did Freedom Fighter. So
Although we had Not Your Granddaddy's Connie too.
And Not Your Granddaddy's Connie. Yes, you're right.
Which you pulled to.
I took that off too.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to retweet. You know, the funny, like the first time I heard "Not Your Granddaddy's Connie," I didn't realize how prevalent that term is in the industry. Like every Connecticut is not your granddaddy's Connie, and I didn't know that the first time I heard it, which was like whatever 5 years ago. I don't know. It was Shirtless Mike who was the one who said it. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. That's why I'm gonna name the cigar. And then I found out everyone says that about their Connecticut. I was like, oh, well, that was a mistake. I should have called it something else. So, you know, took that off, and I do want to bring back a Connecticut eventually. It's not like a priority for us right now, I don't think, but eventually we are going to have one, and we're going to call it something else. So,
well, we had a picture of his grandpa on the label, so
that was the cool part. It was a caricature of my grandfather who only smoked Macanudo Connecticut's. That's all he smoked, you know, until he died. So
that's special.
Yeah, so I'll probably do another rendition of my grandfather on it again, you know, just have it look different and, you know, call it something else. But yeah, so it was cool. And yeah, and the good thing about Cordoba, you know, and Z, you know, it's not like we're just picking blends off a shelf and saying, you know, sticking a band on it and saying, okay, here we go. Like he really does give us the time, you know, to sample a lot, which is great, you know, being that how small we are. You know, I don't know how many other really small micro, you know, batch companies have that luxury, but that's really important to us. So
Justin works,
you know,
works for about over a year on the Freedom Fighter.
It took us about a year going through a lot of samples to get Freedom Fighter done.
Same with Goldie. I mean, I think we arrived pretty quickly at Goldie, but there was different Vitolas and different things that we were playing around with.
So we did about 4 different Vitolas that we did before we landed on the Corona Gorda, but you know, so that's always fun to have that flexibility. You know, it's really, really important, you know, so it's a good thing. It's a good relationship.
And so those are like our core line. I mean, Justin has a million different, brilliant marketing things for you, Mick, but, you know, a bunch of different ideas for different cigars, but it's one of those, you know, do you spend the time doing one-offs and then not build the brand, or do you know, so it's kind of trying to find that balance of like, you know, taking the time to produce a really great quality cigar, and then just like with Freedom Fighter, that was supposed to be a limited edition, and it was so well received that we're like, dang, well, now we got to change the Vitola and tweak it a little bit, but we were really passionate about having like a solid core, and then hopefully getting to the point where we can have some super limited, you know, offsets. But once we find a cigar we really like, it's kind of like, I don't want it to be, I want to be able to get this again. I don't want it to be super limited because it's really good. So,
we never got really into the whole limited thing, and I know it's been popular now for a few years. You know, everyone's chasing all the limited cigars, and you know, even though Freedom Fighter did start out that way, but you know, it was so good we wanted to bring it back as a core line. And I think that's always the risk with when you do limiteds, because it's like, man, if it's a really great cigar, it's like that only sucks to have it available, like, you know, once a year, or you know, or just one time and that's it, it's gone, like, you know. So there's a lot of work that goes into that for just to throw away a cigar to never bring it back. So I don't know, but a lot of people like them, so we may entertain more limited stuff, you know, in the future. But and knowing us, we'll probably make them core lines after we're done.
Like, they'll be limited for a while.
Like,
and then,
so.
Is Charles froze? It looks like he's
No,
froze.
I'm good. Just listening. So,
or are you just froze like because it's like 20 degrees outside?
it's now 21 degrees. Just saying.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. It's 21.
That's why I came to the Abbey.
We're at a full 65 in Florida.
Ah, nice.
Sorry to rub it in.
Yeah, if you guys, I'm just gonna throw this out there. If you ever,
it's one of those things where it'll get to the point. I was just gonna say it's get to the point. It'll get to the point to where I can't feel my fingers, so it's all good.
If you guys ever get to the point on designing a logo for something, let me know, because that's like my wheelhouse too. So let me know. I'd love to help you out in some way. So let me know.
Absolutely.
Nice.
For sure. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, if Justin could, he's like, I just want to not do all the back end stuff so I can design and formulate like full time. And I'm like, well, that'd be great, but someone's got to run it, and I'm your support, but you're really good at that, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. It's fun. But
I guess you get to tool around though with.
So I was going to say,
Charles.
with 2025 coming up, what do you all have planned for next year? Do you have any core line extensions, or do you have any shops or other cigar groups that you're looking to partner up with and collaborate with? What do you got coming up?
We're always looking to partner and collaborate. So
Charles,
I think
we're so opportunistic. Yeah, I mean, we are super opportunistic. As far as collaborating, with other clubs or HERF crews, yeah, I mean, we would love to entertain that stuff. As far as our cigars go, I do plan on working on Brothers Keeper again this year, as I previously mentioned. So I really want to make that a priority to get that back in 2025. I actually wanted to do that this year. Time just wasn't on my side, I guess. So 2025 for sure, Brothers Keeper, and I'll just go ahead and say it about the online retailer thing. So shops is going to be a very big priority for us as well in 2025. We are planning to stop selling online here pretty soon, just because we have been expanding into more lounges, which it's been fantastic, and we do want to support the lounges, the brick and mortars, as much as we can. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
February 1st, we're going to Texas for Cut and Light at CNS.
Yeah, CNS Cigar Lounge will be there in Gastrop, Texas. So can't wait. They have like a whiskey bar on tap, and it seems like a really cool lounge. So
that's my kind of place.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna go there, do a Cut and Light, and just more Cut and Lights is what we want to do. So we'll probably hang out at some of the places that John Aldi has got us in.
Yeah, and I think we've got some stuff on the roster with a particular large retailer in South Florida that I'm not going to name names, but we should have some things that are with Goldie that should be pretty big. So we'll be doing some press stuff, shaking hands and kissing babies and a lot of good stuff. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're always looking to expand and we try to travel as much as we can, but with two little ones, we try to be strategic, and we're using this trip as our anniversary trip. We're like, okay, we usually take an anniversary trip and a birthday trip, and so we try to plan all our cigar events to cool places that that we want to go and that we have friends in and can promote the brand. So we went to Oak Glen at the beginning of the year in Memphis this year, and
I can't believe that was the beginning.
I know, it feels like a long time ago. And so we're just trying to get out and about. And
next time you come to Memphis, you got to make sure it's not when I'm out of town on another HERF with Charles. You guys should come here when we have the HERF here in Memphis, which would be great, and then we could all hang out together for the whole weekend.
That'd be awesome.
That would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe once we come out with Brothers Keeper, maybe Sean will have us back and we'll do a Brothers Keeper at the Cut and Light at the Abbey. So that would be pretty.
Either way, I'll definitely be there, support you guys, and pick up a handful of them. So.
Well, and you're welcome to come down to Florida too. It's a lot warmer. Sean comes down to Florida all the time. Just come with Sean and just come fly south a little bit.
I actually have family in Florida, so I might have to look you up next time in the St. Petersburg area. But
that's
nice.
Yeah.
2.5 hours. So perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Charles, you coming to Florida too?
He's like, I want to go war.
Yeah. Well, I was just about to say, you currently absolutely disgust me at the moment. I watched you just take off a hoodie and I'm over here trying to see if I've got any extra heat coming in, and it's like, okay, rub it in. Thanks, I appreciate it.
I was getting a little sweaty, you know.
Do you have
Oh.
Do you have a space heater or anything?
Oh yeah, I've got a heater going, but once it gets below 32 degrees, it doesn't help much. I mean, it's enough to keep you comfortable. I mean, I'm not dying, but it's all good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, that's dedication. Dedication.
You just gotta drink more bourbon, Charles. Just have more.
Well, see, where I'm the producer on this thing, and it's one of the things we talk. It comes up at least once an episode. I will be drinking water while I'm on this because I'm currently pushing so many different buttons to switch from, you guys being on the main screen to us going back to where it's the three of us to just different things on here. If you thought the beginning of the podcast was rough, me drinking and then trying to do this, it would be horrible. Nah.
So that does bring me,
as my son says, nah, dude.
That brings me to my next point, though. So December 19th, I don't know if you guys saw, I put out a invite for the family and friends. We're doing a Real Smoke podcast where it's going to be a complete shit show where Charles is going to drink during it, and who knows what's going to happen. But we're bringing all of our guests that we've had on this year, and like some of the close supporters and friends from the TriStar group. December 19th, we're doing family and friends Herf. It's actually sponsored by Blackbird. We're sending out smokes if you guys want one. If you don't, that's cool too. But either way, we're just trying to bring people on and have fun. It's gonna be a shit show completely, but it's gonna be so much fun because we're gonna have like 10, 15 guests on and just kind of rotate through, and who knows what's gonna happen. It could be interesting.
Everybody's gonna be drinking like that. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, everybody's gonna be drinking, smoking cigars. We're gonna be bouncing around on screens. We're gonna bring people on for like 10, 15-minute spots. Who knows who you're gonna get paired up with? Whenever you get on. We bring people in randomly. It'll be fun. I'm sure. I'm bringing some of my PA boys on, and my oldest daughter and her boyfriend, fiance, whatever, are gonna be on. So I'm sure they'll have some shitty stories about me. But it'll be a fun night. So I'd say definitely tune in. It's Thursday, December 19th.
All right, so we
can't miss that.
We might be in our pajamas because we're going to a Anglican Christmas Carol pajama thingy.
Wait, what time is it at?
Normal time, Eastern time, 7 to 9, or 7 to 9 your time, right? No, 7 to 9 my time.
No,
8 to 10 your time.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll jump in on our pajamas, and our voices will sound angelic because we'll just sing.
We're singing a bunch of Christmas carols.
Maybe we'll
phenomenal.
Yeah, we'll bring the
Do it.
Hey.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah,
so Charles,
there's a chance that there could be 4 or 5 people on here. There's a chance that there could be 10 people on here. It's just going to be there's no rhyme or reason to anything that's going on. It's just we're going to be talking and just celebrating the end of the year, and it'll be our final show of the year. So it's pretty much just a thanks to whoever's supported us so far this year.
All right, we'll count us in. We'll be there in some form or fashion.
Awesome.
Awesome. If you guys want sticks sent to you, definitely get me your address. I'll be sending them out next week. We're going to send out, everybody's going to be smoking the same stick for the most part. So, I mean, again, don't feel obligated, but free stick, I'll send it your way.
Well, cool. We're going to be sending sticks your way too. So.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. So, Charles, how do we do the hot box questions for tonight? I'm not even sure if we warned them that there are hot box questions.
Ooh, I love a hot box.
No, we didn't. But what we'll do is we'll just do the normal thing. Let them both get a chance to answer because I mean, it's sure to be fun either way. But really quickly before we jump into that one, I absolutely love what you guys got going on with the cigars, and it's an important thing for you guys, like you said, to jump on podcasts and talk about the brand and stuff like that. But for me, when we first met a couple of years ago, the biggest thing was the purpose behind it. So before we jump into the final part of the podcast, I'll give you the floor. And if there's anything that you're wanting to talk about, whether it's, a little more detail into the purpose behind the brand, or your thoughts of what's going on currently, anything like that, go ahead and put it out there, because I think that's one of the more important things that people want to know or need to know, or need to at least recognize that that's what you guys are doing.
All right. Well, listen, the rescue rate is 2%. Okay. Rescue rate, there's millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people that are being raped 30 to 40 times every single night. Okay. 2% rescue rate. There's only 600 beds across the nation. We got to get our asses on fire. We got to get lit up. We got to do something about this and quit just talking about it. I mean, we can talk about it until we're blue in the face, but what are we going to do about it? So in reality, like, my ask to anyone who's watching is that get plugged in, and we can help you get plugged in. There are organizations that are nationwide that have different chapters and different clubs, and whatever walk of life you're from, you can do something. So, like, please, 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 if this strikes a chord with you, that you know, hopefully if you're breathing and you're alive, it should strike a chord with you that this is, you know, happening in your community. It's happening right under your nose. There are kids that are going to school and being sold at night. And just like in the first testimony I ever heard, her gym, she was sold from the age of 4, but her gym teacher, she walked into her gym class in 6th grade, and her gym teacher had bought her. So, I mean, this is like, I mean, you got the buyers, you've got the sellers, and you've got the victims. And, you know, we got to get aware. We got to know what's going on in our communities. We got to be, like, foster care systems jacked up. If you, like, want to get involved in the foster care system, be guardian ad litem. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can get involved, but we got to have, like, strong men and women that can be a sounding board for kids that are, you know, struggling and are vulnerable. I mean, it's really the vulnerable community that are the ones that are being coerced into trafficking, but it's also, you know, kids in you know, suburbia as well. So, I mean, we got to have the awareness, and, like, people that are the hands and feet that are listening and aware and are, you know, available. And then we've got to have people that are willing to, like, do the work, to have a fundraiser, to, you know, support the organizations that are doing the work, to, you know, just do something. So, like, again, we don't want to just talk about it. We want to plug you in. So please, please, please reach out to us, and we will help plug you in. If you have 5 minutes or 5 hours, like, there are organizations across the U.S. that we work with that are amazing.
And I'll just say, I guess, you know, our culture is so sexualized. It's incredibly sexualized. Every industry is virtually sexualized. Cigar industry is highly sexualized. Our world, we live in a porn culture. So I just want to say to guys mainly out there who struggle with pornography addiction, like, you know, don't feel ashamed or anything. I have struggled with that before in the past. Like, I think most guys these days have struggled with that to some degree or another. But I just want to submit this to you guys. There's a very strong chance, a very high chance that the content you're watching is actually filmed human trafficking, which happens all the time in the porn industry. Pornhub is on fire right now. They're under criminal investigation for hosting real instances of filmed human trafficking that they've profited from their website. And that happens so much throughout the industry. So I just want to, you know, tell guys, you know, if you have a heart to stand up against human trafficking, but you you watch, you know, a lot of pornography, you're a walking contradiction. You know, Fight the New Drug, I think, came out with a statement that said, you know, if saying that you're against human trafficking, but, you know, you watch pornography, that's like saying that you don't support a corrupt politician, but then you donate directly to his campaign. So they're both hand in hand. So I just want to encourage you guys, you know, to get help, do whatever you can, you know, to quit looking at garbage and supporting, you know, you're fueling the demand for trafficking in that way. And we can tackle it together. So,
yeah, if you need resources or someone to talk to, Justin's really passionate and can help plug you in too. But I mean, it's one of the first things we say at Sip and Smokes, which I laugh because I had a guy who's like, "Gosh, I didn't realize this is happening like in our communities, and like what can I do to help?" And I was like, "Well, you can, as a dad, you can really make sure that you're well aware of what's on your kids, social medias. Get them off social media first of all, but be aware of all of that and put barriers and things. And you can quit watching porn." And he looked at me and he goes, "Oh." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. Like, is it, when he kind of walked away, it was one of those like, yeah. It's a tough one, but like, we gotta be like transparent that it fuels trafficking.
Just be aware, not everything is what it seems. I know it's glamorous. I know it's glorified in a sense, but just be aware. It is whatever they're selling you. That's not what it is. It's the opposite. So that's all I'll say about that.
Hit that applause button, Charles. All right.
Okay. Now that we've got dun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Honestly, Charles usually has about 20 sound bites that he hits just to fuck with guests, but tonight was a serious subject, and we're not usually used to that on this podcast. So I don't think he hit one button tonight. It's kind of scary a little bit.
Well, and
I haven't hit him the last couple of weeks because that was one of the things when we posted out there. What are some of the things that that people like or dislike? And that was one of the big dislikes because it would actually come on and go over people's voices and would be so loud that people could not hear what people were saying. So I pretty much have stayed on the comments button, just watching the comments come in.
Yeah.
So
no, it's pretty legit. But honestly,
I will say,
we love you guys.
Yeah, 100%. It's a cause that everybody should be more active in. Like you said, everybody knows it's happening. It's just now, it's time to shit or get off the pot, do something about it.
Yeah.
So what are some organizations that people can either that you guys trust that they can look into to help support, or what can they do through you all to help support?
I would say on the pornography demand side, definitely Exodus Cry is a really, really good one. Exodus Cry, they have some phenomenal documentaries that you can watch for free on YouTube. So I would check them out if you want further insight into the, into the porn side of the human trafficking equation. Very, very educational. So check them out.
I mean, Bikers Against Trafficking has chapters nationwide. You do not have to be a biker to join, but they are the real deal. And I would say nationwide they can plug you in. Then, locally we support organizations, but just depending on your area, we would say just reach out to us and we'll plug you in with who we've vetted in that area. Because there's a lot of big organizations, a lot of small organizations, and sometimes the smaller ones are the ones getting it done. And that's who we'd want to plug you in with. So, and if you want to host a smoke party or a herf somewhere or something like that, we can give you tools and resources, and you can smoke and have your own herf, and be kind of a spokesperson. So I mean, it only takes a handful of people to start a movement, but we're behind whoever is wanting to start.
So I have an idea for you, and I will speak for Mick on this one since he spoke for me earlier. You're welcome, Mick. So you said that you're looking at trying to revamp one of your former cigars and bring it back. So a suggestion for you, if you're interested, let's do a podcast around it. We'll do like what we're doing with Blackbird. We'll get with you and whoever you're selling cigars through, or whether it's your website or a company. We'll see how many people we can get to do the cigar. We'll invite, you all and a couple other people on here. We'll all smoke through cigar. We'll let you tell the story, your story, and your purpose behind it again. Your organization again, and we'll all enjoy and give thoughts and notes on the cigar that you guys just came back out with, and it'll give people who are watching on here, they'll be on and they'll be able to smoke along with us, and they can even put in their thoughts in the comments, and we can just go through there and just do a podcast over smoking the cigar and enjoying it.
Yeah, I love that, and I
think that'd be great.
Yeah, love it.
It's a great idea.
I love having live questions too, because there's probably things people are thinking of or wanting to know or whatnot that sometimes it's nice just to address someone individually to what they're thinking or asking and stuff too. So that'd be awesome.
Yeah, not to mention that a lot of people don't catch us live. They can catch us later on YouTube, and I'm sure it'll bring more awareness, and just start that thought process a little bit. So absolutely, 100% on board.
Yeah, and thank you to everyone who does support and that will support, and just know that I box them all, and I put extra love and passion in each box that comes out. But we appreciate our retailers too. I mean, honestly, we're not a household name yet, but we hope that to be one, and we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Well, Mick, you want to jump into the hot box questions?
Yes, sir. Let's let it rip.
We do have to do a little bit of business beforehand. So really quickly, the hot box section is brought to you by our family over at Beard Apothecary. Beard Apothecary is a small business dedicated to crafting high-quality beard care products made in small batches to ensure freshness and attention to detail. Proper beard care is essential for maintaining a healthy, well-groomed beard, and using only premium butters and oils is crucial. These high-quality ingredients deeply nourish the hair and skin, preventing issues like dryness, irritation, and split ends. Beard Apothecary's commitment to using only the best natural ingredients ensures that your beard stays soft, manageable, and looking its best. Come check them out at beardapothecary.com or on Instagram at beard_apothecary. Your beard will thank you for it. And once again, our giveaway tonight, if you type in on YouTube, if you type in #RealSmoke, our prize at the end of the night is going to be a humidor starter pack from Boveda, as well as some beard care products from Beard Apothecary. So go ahead and start putting that on there, and we'll draw a winner here shortly. So hotbox questions are simple. We have 10 questions. We're gonna rotate. He's gonna ask one. I'll ask one. It can be whatever's off the top of your mind. It can be short one-word answer. It could be a long story, or you can say pass. It is 100% up to you. But each one of you will get a chance to answer, and we'll go ladies first.
Okay.
So, all right. Number one, Mick.
Number one, favorite sports team.
Favorite sports teams right now, it is the Panthers, the hockey. Florida Panthers. Yes.
Penguins.
Oh, wow.
Well, we are the current champions.
I like Crosby, by the way. But,
Hell yeah.
Penguins is cool.
All right. Favorite cuss word.
Mine's fuck. My mama hates it, but dang, sometimes it just feels good to fucking say fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Am I answering too, or is it just her?
Yeah,
you too.
both of you.
You're next.
Oh, me too.
She's first, and you.
I alternate between fucking shit. It's between those two.
You usually use them together.
Yeah, or fucking shit. That's what I say a lot of times. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Aisle seat or window seat?
Oh, well, I would prefer a window, but
Aisle all day.
yeah. So I have to sit in the middle if we want to sit next to each other, which really freaking blows.
Favorite joke?
I am horrible at jokes. I love listening to them.
That's what makes them so good.
Yeah, but I'm not a good joker.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
These are one of those you should have in the queue. This is like the marketing business 101. Always have a joke in the queue.
Dang it, Bobby.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm horrible with jokes, I guess. I guess I don't really tell a lot of jokes or hear them for that matter because I can't think of anything.
We're lame.
Yeah,
all right,
sorry.
Human trafficking is not a joke, damn it. We're fun.
All
We
right,
like
so
jokes, but we're stuck at jokes.
before I ask the next one, if I'm echoing, I'm sorry because my earbuds just died. So the shit show continues. So I apologize.
We're
So I
holding iPads to charge.
all right, so I love this one. Is cereal a soup?
Cereal is ooh, I never thought about that. I don't know, but I just bought 2 boxes of cereal today, and I do love cereal. That was like,
I'd say yeah.
what makes a soup? What's the definition of a soup?
I don't know. I mean, it's in liquid, and you're eating something. And it's kind of like just eating a
That's
soup. But I mean, it's cold though. Does temperature mean soup? Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Siri, what's the definition of soup? Damn it. What's the definition of soup?
I would say it's soup.
I like the way you think, Justin. I say the same thing.
Yeah.
Soup is a liquid dish typically made by boiling meat, fish, stock, or whatever. But a substance or mixture perceived to resemble soup. So a liquid dish. I'm gonna say no. But I do love cereal.
I say yes.
All right. So question number 6. If you could switch lives with any fictional character, who would it be and why?
Oof. That's a good question.
Fictional character?
Fictional.
Yes, a fictional character.
I'll take a stab at it. Mine would probably be Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit. If I'm being serious. I'm reading Tolkien right now before I go to bed. So that's nerd alert for sure. But I love Lord of the Rings. I love Tolkien. I love The Hobbit. And hobbits just like to stay up late, drink ale, smoke their pipes, sing songs, and, they like to be comfortable. They like to eat a lot of food. And every once in a while, they need an adventure or an ass kicking to like go slay a dragon, and that's where Gandalf comes in. So anyway, yes, but in my downtime, I'd probably like to be on it. Yeah, go ahead.
I think Wonder Woman because I like her badass outfit and just to kick ass, Or Goldie Grace, one of the two.
Goldie Grace, there you go.
I say I can't believe neither of you said Goldie Grace. That had me thrown off.
But I didn't know if that was going to be too cliche. But
all right, so this kind of ties into it. What superpower would you want, and why?
What superpower would I want, and why?
Probably to be invisible, so I could be gone when I need to be gone, and then spy on people that were doing bad things and get intel, and then come back and kick their ass.
I don't know what I would want mine to be. Probably for all my senses to be heightened, So
Okay.
Probably, to where I could hear what other people are saying from like miles away, or see things at miles away. So probably just for my senses to be super, super advanced. That's probably what I would want.
All right. So question number 8. What special skill or talent do you have that most people don't know about?
What skill or talent do we have? You?
I feel like multitasking for me, although sometimes it snowballs, but I can usually do 6 things at once and still hear what him or the kids are doing, or take care of business. So I'd say multitasking. It's not really that cool.
That's good. I wish I had that. For me, it's drumming, I guess. Maybe it's kind of boring, but I love to drum, and I've been drumming since I was in middle school, 7th grade. Played in a lot of bands growing up and all that stuff. So, love music.
And he's pretty darn good karaoke too.
I can do some mean karaoke.
He and our son just did their first karaoke song while we were on vacation to who was it, Judas Priest?
Yeah, Judas Priest. Heading on the highway by Judas Priest. It was
pretty epic. So
yeah. What she's saying is I can kind of sing. Kinda.
I can see you doing some karaoke, brother. You look like that guy. I like it, man.
Yeah, I am totally that guy. Yeah. Especially
so number 9 is my favorite, I think, because of the reaction I always get. Would you rather accidentally send a nude to your mom or your boss? I know that kind of goes against what we're doing tonight here, but I love this question. We got to go with it.
But I'd rather send it to my mom because she's probably still seeing me naked. Yeah. Yeah, mom. Although you're my boss, so I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a good question. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with mom on that one too. Probably mom.
Your mom's seen you naked too.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the last 10 years, but
yeah. She's seen me naked enough times. I think that's okay.
But you wouldn't want Paul to see it.
No, I don't want Paul. Well, maybe if it freaked him out. I don't know. Depends how mad I was at my boss that day, I guess. You know? Like, I don't know.
And what were you doing when you were nude?
You know? If it was a prank to make him feel really uncomfortable, then
give him the goat.
I felt like he deserved to be uncomfortable, then maybe my boss that day. I don't know.
Give him the old goat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last question.
I don't know if that answers the question. Sorry.
Is that the right answer? I mean,
awesome answer. Last question. My favorite question. What is the best piece of advice you have ever received? Ooh, I like that look.
Nice. That's wow.
well, I would say, I think yours would be, but
What?
my grandpa on our wedding day.
Oh yeah, well, go ahead.
That's yours though, or no? It's mine.
Yeah.
Well, my grandpa always said, "Hold on to Jesus, and He'll hold on to you." And I think that covers just a multitude of things, and the ultimate advice of do unto others you'd have them do unto you or whatnot. So mine's faith based, but we wrap everything in prayer and faith. So that's I would say that's mine. But that's what my grandpa said to him on my wedding day. So that's special because he's in heaven now.
Golly, mine. I don't know, guys. That's a tough one.
Don't fuck it up.
I know.
No, is that the advice?
No,
Who gave you that? Who gave you that advice?
I don't know why. I keep thinking about my grandfather, and this is more like financially advice. I don't know why this is coming to my brain right now because I've definitely gotten more better advice than financial advice. But I feel like when you get married, Sean, what is up, man? No, my grandpa told me a long time ago that every time you get paid, he told me this was when I was a kid. He said, "Pay yourself first." I mean, always put something away for yourself, So I don't know. That's always stuck with me is just pay yourself first, and then, take care of business from there. But
and we have not done that with Chaffiot Collection. We've given all the money we've made away. So,
which, by the way, I'm not saying that's the best advice I've ever received. I honestly don't think it is, but that's the only thing I can think of right now. So that's why, that's what you get tonight.
And have friends like Sean.
Yeah.
That was another piece of advice. What's up, man?
Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. He just said the phone is about to die, but he's going to get a charger.
Ours is about to die too, so if we go away, it's because our plug out here is not working. But good to see you.
It's always good to see you.
I know. Having some
Good to see you, bro.
withdrawals.
Yeah. Told him I missed him today.
Aw.
I know. I'm with y'all too.
Bro,
You
man.
come back from Memphis.
Come to Florida. It's warmer.
Yeah.
No. You want the cold? It's Christmas.
I saw your house.
Oh no.
You're jolly. You're jolly and Holly. He's gone.
Is he gone? Charles, I will say too, my grandpa always told me, he's like, he mentioned the Bible about marriage and stuff. And he was like, he told me that love isn't a feeling. I think he's the first one that told me that. He's like, when you get married, just know that he said, God says to love your wife, meaning that basically that's like a command. Like, love your wife even when you don't feel like it, because that's what she needs, So I feel like
I can 100% understand that one.
Yeah, he's the one who kind of hammered that onto me too, and I still feel like I'm kind of learning what that means and what that lesson is. But I think it's good advice. So
I think it's great advice.
Love your wife. Just love your wife. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, I will say this. Looks like Mick had some issues and had to jump off real quick, but I will say I absolutely appreciate you guys jumping on here. Let everybody who's listening, watching, or will listen in the future, let them know where they can find out your information, where they can find you online, where they can order your stuff. If you have online retailers that you would suggest they go to, what are some places that what can you tell everybody to help them find you?
Yeah, Chaffiot Collection Cigars on Instagram for sure. Chaffiot Collection Cigars on Facebook. ChaffiotCollection.com is our website.
We're updating right now our retailers on there. We'd say check with the website for your local retailer, because we always want you to go there first. If there's not anybody close, or there's not somebody that has an online retail selection, then please, order from us. But
we don't have our retailers updated there yet, but we will.
But we are shortly, yeah. So for now, you can find us online and at your local shops. We're all over the U.S.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, I will say that again, I enjoy that you guys jumped on here. It's always fun to talk with you guys, and it's great when we actually get to dive deep into some serious conversations as well, because I know there's been a few nights that we've had that. So I appreciate you guys jumping on, and I know we're smoking the now almost extinct version of the cigar that you have, but here later on this evening, we will have the review out for it. So check back on YouTube and check out the review and see what you think, or you can jump off and join the rest of the show on YouTube, and hopefully you're not too disappointed in what we had to think about it.
No, not at all. Until Mick, he can't give us a bad review because it was too small in his hands now.
Yeah.
Don't take no points off because that was a tiny stick in your hand. No, you guys are awesome. We really appreciate you, and
we're honored to be on. Thank you for having us, Charles.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
And once again, when your new one comes out, let's get together and talk about it and be able to help promote it and help bring some more people on board and try to help sell it. Because I mean, what we can do is just hook it up with a retailer or through your website and try to get as many people to go to it and give them like 2 weeks to go buy it, and we'll all get together and smoke it together, and maybe it'll help get that cigar out and into as many hands as possible.
Love it.
Sounds good.
Love it. We'll check your mailbox soon. I'll be sending out these.
Awesome. I appreciate it. You guys have a nice and warm evening.
Yes,
all right, brother. Get warm.
Sending you heat.
All right.
I appreciate
Love
it.
you, brother.
Have a great night, guys, and thanks again. Love you, brother. Well, it looks like you guys are stuck with me to see if Mick jumps back on here or not. But what I will say is, once again, I want to thank Beard Apothecary for being the sponsor for the Hot Box questions. Without Beard Apothecary, jumping on and being a part of this, it would be really hard to be able to bring you some items and some giveaways and things like that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to give everybody the last little chance that they can to go ahead and type in hashtag RealSmoke on YouTube. That way you can be entered in a chance to win an item from Beard Apothecary, as well as the starter pack from Boveda. So go ahead and get that stuff in there now, and let me go ahead and get everything set up. Let's see. It's going to put me over there. And let's see. Does it have me up there? Yes, it does. All righty. So everybody go ahead and get those in there, and we're going to go ahead and spin it. Again, it was hashtag RealSmoke. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. And our winner is going to be Jono Cigars. One of our first. You'll get some good beard products from Beard Apothecary, as well as a starter pack from Boveda, which knowing you have plenty of things that you can, that I know that you're starting up, whether it's a coolador or a humidor or things like that. So go ahead and get me your information, and I will get that to you as quickly as possible. So that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm trying to kill some time to see if Mick's going to be able to jump back on here. I'm not sure if he is, but I'm going to go ahead and give my review of the cigar that we smoked today. I did enjoy that cigar. That cigar was a smoke. It was a great experience. Mick is back. Welcome back.
I'm stoked. My phone never dies. I freaking come to the Abbey. My phone dies. My earbuds die. Like, I charge fucking everything. I am so irritated right now, man. I'm sorry. Great job carrying there for a minute. At least I got to take a piss break, I guess. But
well, that's good. We went ahead and spun the wheel to see who was going to win the giveaway tonight, and the winner was Jono Cigars.
Joe, hell yeah.
So I was about to get into the review. I wasn't sure that you was going to be able to jump back on here, so I was going to go ahead and give my review on it. But since you're on here, as always, beauty before age. So you're first.
All right. So just in case, I'm still holding at 1%, even though I'm plugged in the wall right now. So if you lose me, fuck it, I'm done. I'll listen to the rest of the show. I'm just kind of irritated with the whole situation right now. I apologize to everyone out there. But all right, so Freedom Fighter. So on the nose, on the pre-light, I got raisin, hay, a little bit of barnyard. First third, dark chocolate, a little bit of light citrus notes in the background, cinnamon, some baking spices. Second third, I got more cinnamon and some light pepper, coffee, a little bit of earth, and I'm going to go out on a limb here. I got a little bit of like weird sunflower seed kind of taste, which I enjoyed. It actually matched well with it. The final third, heavier black pepper, almond, I would say almost molasses. There's more sweetness as I went in this, but it wasn't a bad sweetness. There's really no bitter throughout, which I enjoyed. And espresso. So pre-light experience, I gave it 14 out of 15. Flavor, I gave it 24 out of 25. Smoking characteristics, 24 out of 25. The overall impression, I gave a 29 out of 30. I gave a total of 90. I would definitely buy a box, but I will say this, as I stated in the start, I did not love that Vitola. If it was the other ones they're sending us or whatever, I would honestly say this would have creeped up into the 91, 92, 93 range for me probably easily. I just don't feel comfortable smoking that size cigar. But honestly, flavor, amazing. It was a great cigar, great smoke, go all the way through.
Awesome. Great review. Well, I'll go into mine. Let's see. On the body, I got a slight chocolate and a musty barn. The foot, it was a closed foot, so not much help at all on that one. Cold draw, sweet tobacco, molasses. First, third notes. On the light, starting off with a slap to the face, cedar, strong black pepper, earth, cinnamon tingle on the lips and tongue. The retro was red pepper spice, stinging the sinus, followed by an oak. Snug draw, a good smoke output. Into the first, slight chocolate sweetness up front, quickly gets dominated by black pepper, cedar, and a little gritty earth. Retro is red pepper, blast of the sinus, followed by cedar and a slight bready note. Still a pepper tingle on the lips and tongue. Smoke is thick, draw is slightly snug. Burn is okay. Flaky ash, full body, medium plus strength. Said into the second, notes of cocoa powder and a dark chocolate that tend to alternate back and forth with each other, followed by a charred oak, espresso, and a sweet cream note. The finish with a slight black pepper note on the lips. Retro brings out the espresso and slight black pepper, no longer stinging the sinus, followed by a nice citrus zest note. Every now and then, a sweet note pops up. The draw is still snug, but not a problem. Smoke is thick and full. Burn is straight, but the ash is flaky. Full body, medium plus, maybe creeping into the full. Into the final third, notes for me is a dark chocolate note and black coffee up front, followed by a gritty earth and black pepper. The retro is where it shows its best qualities. I get black coffee with a touch of cream sweetness, followed by vanilla and slight citrus. No pepper at all. The draw is good. Has opened up a lot. Burn is great. Ash is now stacking dimes. Full body, now a full minus in strength. Construction, I gave an 18 out of 20. Draw, a 13 out of 15. Burn, a 14 out of 15. Complexity, a 19 out of 20. Enjoyability, an 18 out of 20. Smoke output and texture, a 4 out of 5. Overall experience, 4 out of 5. For a grand total of 90.
We finally did it.
So if you take a 90 and you add 90 and you divide by 2 to get the average, it comes out to, I think, a 90.
Every week it gets a little bit closer. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah.
Congratulations. We have a 90. So I agree. I think that a bigger size on this one would probably crept it up to a 91, 92. I enjoy this size. It's just not my preferred size. So I can't wait to get what they're sending us. Would love to do a review on that one, since that one's the new size that's coming out. So that would be awesome.
Hell yeah. So with all of my issues going on here, you still want to attempt some Meanwhile in Memphis?
Sure.
All right. I got some good ones tonight.
All right. So while you grab that stuff up, Meanwhile in Memphis is brought to you by TriStar Herf Crew. If you would like some information on the TriStar Herf Crew, check us out online at tristarherfcrew.com or on Instagram at TriStar Herf Crew. So let's do it.
All right. So the first one, grandmother attacks family members with knife on Thanksgiving Day. In Memphis, Tennessee, a Memphis woman has been arrested on Thanksgiving after stabbing two family members. According to Memphis police, this woman is facing charges that include aggravated assault and domestic violence. Officers say they spoke with one of the stabbing victims at the hospital, who told them that she and her mother were involved in an argument about her son being pushed. She changed what? Doesn't even make any sense. She charged at those involved in the argument that evening after she got a knife from the kitchen, police said. Her daughter sustained abrasions to her left arm and hand, and the grandson was also injured in his left hand. Authorities say she was drinking heavily, and that was possibly the cause of the stabbing.
Possibly, maybe.
Grandma gone wild on Thanksgiving Day. All right, so
Hey,
they continue to get better. Here we go. Woman accused of stealing a tow truck at gunpoint to stop her car from being towed. Memphis, Tennessee.
Meanwhile, in Memphis,
a woman was arrested after police say she robbed a tow truck driver of his vehicle at gunpoint to stop her car from being towed. According to the police, on November 24th, a tow truck driver was on the 1700 block of Chancey Street hooking up to a 2018 GMC Terrain for it to be towed. While he was taking pictures of the vehicle, he said a woman appeared out of nowhere with a gun and told him to get back from her car, which he did. The woman then, so this is the part that blows me away. The woman then lowered her car and drove off in the tow truck. What? Another woman allegedly drove off in the GMC Terrain minutes later. Police say the woman left the tow truck at an apartment complex entrance and fled in the GMC Terrain later that day. The incident was all caught on video by the apartment complex surveillance cameras and the in-car video inside the tow truck. She was later taken into custody on Monday and charged with aggravated robbery and is being held on $75,000 bond.
Emotional damage.
And I'm probably not going to read this whole story, but just the title of it was worth bringing into this. The city of Memphis may sue Kia and Hyundai over car theft because the software needs to get better. The city is going to sue the car manufacturers because their security software needs to get better. What? Okay.
I mean, okay.
I'll read the first couple here, but City of Memphis is considering filing lawsuits against Hyundai and Kia over the cost of an epidemic of vehicle thefts, and against the software company blamed for rising rent in the city. What? The items are set for discussion on a city council board meeting on Tuesday as a package of extraordinary litigation that expected a special attorney will be hired to handle if approved. According to a proposed ordinance, Memphis has seen a dramatic increase in auto thefts, specifically to Kias and Hyundais. They claim that the manufacturer concealed and failed to remedy defects that made those cars easier to steal, leading Memphis police to have to respond to a high volume of thefts. How about you stop stealing fucking cars?
Or just you empower Memphis to take care of the problem.
Yeah. I read that headline. I'm like, I have to make this part of it because they're blaming the car manufacturer for an average of 46 vehicles being stolen a day. I don't think the car manufacturer has to do with people that can't stop stealing cars. I might be wrong. I mean, maybe, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I got. Meanwhile, Memphis, good times. It's there's never a lack of stuff here. Never a lack.
I don't know if I'm depressed, impressed, worried, or scared.
Yeah, there's not much more to say, man.
So let's end on that note.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, man. Before my phone dies again, I'd like to see the end of the show. So yeah, great show tonight, man.
Great show tonight. Really quickly, special thanks to John Huber of Crown Heads for sending out a couple of hats for us to give away for the Hat Palooza. Once again, this is the hat that will be posted sometime tomorrow or the day after. You'll get all the information on how you can go ahead and win that one. Congratulations to Jonos for winning the gift pack from Beard Apothecary as well as Boveda. I will get up with you or you get up with me and we'll get you all that information. Huge thanks to our guests tonight, Justin and Crystal from Chaffiot Collection Cigars. We appreciate you guys jumping on. We obviously enjoyed the cigar that we smoked tonight because, once again, that cigar got a 90 from both of us for an average of 90. So awesome job. So huge thanks to Beard Apothecary. Once again, if you want your beard looking good, smelling good, and acting good, go check out beardapothecary.com or on Instagram at beardapothecary. Any final thoughts, brother, before we jump off?
So I'm introducing my new tagline. I'm going to give it a shot tonight. So you ready? And also I'm echoing Charles, Justin, Crystal. We love you guys and we love what you're doing. And we will support you in any way possible. Like I said, let me know anything you guys need along the way that we can help with or promote from our end. We are 100% on board. So please reach out whenever, and we appreciate what you guys are doing. But my new tagline, I'm going to try to use this every week, see if it catches on. This week, take time and smoke a great stick with someone you love. That's all I got.
Very nice. And before we jump off here, the next episode, we don't know if next week is a bye week or we have a guest or not. We've reached out to a couple of people and haven't heard back. We may do something ourselves. If we get those cigars in time, it may be a good one for us to do ourselves, and we smoke that cigar and go ahead and review that one for them. That way we can stay honest to what we said. That would be a great idea. But if that one doesn't happen, December 19th is the Real Smoke / TriStar / anybody that we love and want to hang out with family podcast. We're going to have us as well as we've invited all the people that have joined us for the last 10 episodes to join us again. That is going to be sponsored by Blackbird Cigars, and we're going to be smoking the Rook Corona. So huge thanks to Jonas. As soon as within minutes of Mick posting, hey, we were looking for a sponsor for that podcast, Jonas sent me a message and said, hey, I want to help. What can I do? So I sent him the information and he was like, hell yeah. So not only is he supplied us with some cigars for our guests to smoke, we do have a couple of cigars that we'll be giving away, as well as a hat or two from Blackbird and a brand new ashtray from Blackbird. So we'll be giving away all of that from Blackbird. Again, we could not have done this without the help of Jonas. So huge thanks to Jonas and Hannah with Blackbird Cigar. We absolutely love you for it. So if we don't catch you guys next week, we will catch you in 2 weeks on December 19th for the Real Smoke Family Herb, sponsored by Blackbird Cigars. So hope everybody has a fantastic night. Mick, I hope you have a fantastic evening. Try to stay warm. I know you're freezing right now. Go have you a relaxing cigar and be careful going home.
I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for all you do, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take it easy, man. And thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you, and we will see you on the next one.
Mick and Charles with the firelight glow, cigars in hand, watch the embers slow, talking life and whistle.